عن أمير المؤمنين أبي حفص عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما العمل بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى.
So whoever wants to acquire knowledge, then let him beautify his inner self, let him cleanse his heart from impurities, for indeed knowledge is a delicate, fine jewel. It does not befit except the clean, pure heart.
نعم. فالعلم جوهر لطيف لا يصلح إلا للقلب النظيف. That knowledge is a delicate, fine jewel. It does not befit except the clean, pure heart. So just the same example I gave before. Now.
The purification of
So now, after mentioning this, that we have to clean the heart, right? The Shaykh is now mentioning what do we clean it from. So when you say clean the heart, keep it purified, what are we cleaning it from now?
The purification of the heart returns to two great foundations: being cleansed from the impurities of doubts, being cleansed from the impurities of desires.
Two things. So primarily two things: doubts and desires. Doubts is more knowledge-based, where you have doubts regarding Allah, regarding the religion, regarding the Sunnah, regarding the Tawheed of Allah. All of these doubts that people come with, we need to make sure that the heart is clean from all of that. You want to worship Allah alone, the mushrikun come to you with their doubts, you need to make sure that those doubts don't enter into your heart so that you end up falling into that shirk as well. And likewise, any other doubts that may be there. And number two is desires, and that's more to do with your action. That you may know that something is right or wrong, but because of you wanting to follow your desires, you still end up doing that which is wrong. You know looking at this woman is something wrong, but your desire then causes you to still look. Even if you don't benefit anything, what have you benefited? Nothing, except for harming yourself. But because of the desire that you have in your heart, you end up doing that which is wrong. So these are two things you have to be very, very aware of. And we have to strive to cleanse our hearts from them. And obviously both points have a lot of detail, even with desires. Some desires are natural. So just merely having a desire to do something isn't necessarily wrong, but then it's how to deal with it and the actions that come along with it. And generally the greatest thing which will rectify both of these things is true beneficial knowledge. Because doubts, if you have solid foundation in your knowledge, if a doubt comes to you, even if you never heard of that doubt before, you'll be able to answer it. And even if you're not able to answer it, maybe a specific doubt comes to you, somebody may ask me a question, I might not have heard that question before, right? You don't know everything, right? But because of the strong foundation that you have, it doesn't have an effect on you. Because that knowledge is like a fortress protecting that iman that you have. And the same with desires. If you have true beneficial knowledge, i.e. that knowledge that takes you to truly having the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that will prevent you from doing that which is haram as well. Right? A lot of the issues we have in society, whatever it may be, then obviously there are a number of ways to tackle them. There's drugs and there's this and that, and there's a number of different things that you could do. But if you hear a lot of teachers saying that the main issue in society is Tawheed, there are some people, they don't agree with that. They say, okay, Tawheed, we get it, but none of us are actually going to a grave to worship it, right? It's the issues of drugs and it's this. From one side, correct. Yeah, you look at the society, you look at what the issues are, and you have to weigh up, right? In some places, these issues could be more. But from the other aspect as well, that person saying that, it shows he's not truly understood what Tawheed actually is. Tawheed isn't just not worshipping a grave. Tawheed is in every single action that you do. If you truly had that fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if that is instilled inside of the people, they wouldn't be committing these sins. That's why Aisha radiallahu anha, she said, the first thing that the Prophet taught us and that was revealed in the Quran was to do with Iman and to do with the last day. And once our Iman was full, our hearts were full of that Iman, then the rulings came that zina was haram and stealing is haram and so on. And she says, if the first thing came that zina and stealing was haram, no one would become Muslim. It's in Bukhari. Right? So that foundation has to be there. Right? So yes, there's a balance as well. Right? You don't just do Tawheed and you totally address those topics as well. But at the same time, it shows the importance of having true, actual, beneficial knowledge and understanding how it's actually applied in its holistic manner.